ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Tuesday, and I did cut off the end of Hero there so that we could jump straight into the live stream. I feel like at the end of that song, if you're listening to it, of course it's fine, but when you're starting a live stream, it then goes to a keys synth sound that gradually fades out and doesn't seem to keep the energy up when we're going into the start of this. Now, hello everybody, thank you for joining me tonight. We are going to be attempting a new record again for the Lycometer. Tonight, I believe the record that we're going to be aiming for on a Tuesday night is 435. So I'll get that up on screen instantaneously so that we can get every single thumbs up as possible in order to get close to that tonight, because then we'll have a fill jam. As you guys know, regular viewers will know that we have a fill jam at the end of the live stream whenever we hit the target. So that is the target for tonight, and it will be a new record. We hit a new record on Saturday night as well. So yeah, thank you to those of you that tuned in on Saturday night. But I can see you guys in the live chat room. We've got Diamond Girl, Billy, Orlando, Terry, Bella, Dwayne, Joseph, Pamela, Elaine, Tammy again, Bella, Kathy, Allison, Anna, Barbara, Diamond Girl, Corey, Al, and 123 Rockchild. Going through too quickly, let me see, Cindy in there as well, Alison, Jay, Ro, Kathy, Bella, Pink Thistle, Tom in there, hello everybody, Laura, I see it in there as well, and Laura says, good night, afternoon for me, Phil. So yeah, thank you for that. So it's obviously different times, different time zones. I'm still doing this live stream at 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. I don't know what the times are where everybody else is, but times are still as they were here in the UK, yet to change. I think it happens at the end of March at some point, and it's usually the weekend. So is that going to be, what's the date today? It's the 19th. So it's probably not this weekend, maybe next weekend. Who knows? I'll have to look that up. And I know that at least one person has sent me a message telling me when it is, but I didn't log that in my mind. So I'll have to make a mental note of it in the future so that I know. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Let's get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. So a massive shout out to you guys at the bottom of the screen. You know who you are. I always say that they are the foundation of everything that I do and just allow me to do everything, these live streams, the analysis videos, you name it. So yeah, massive thank you to you guys at the bottom of the screen. Now, I can see that there have been some donations in the super chat window, so thank you guys for those. This is my cue to say that you don't have to donate, just watching is fantastic. And you know, maybe hitting the thumbs up and leaving a comment in the live streams is great because then we all get to know each other. I can see your comments on the screen. I can also see your usernames as well, so we can just get to know each other through that. But yeah, thank you guys for those donations. They do make a huge difference, but you don't have to donate. And just so you know, between 45 and 60% goes to YouTube through the super chat window, and between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal, and there's a PayPal link in the description below. And let me just quickly jump into the donations after I get the Lycometer up on screen, because 200! We're looking for 200 more thumbs up. What great timing that was, so that I didn't have to do any complicated mathematics. So, yeah, 200 more thumbs up. That's a lot of people, but I mean, yeah, 241, we're getting a bit of a spike of the likes going on here. 241 is an amazing start, so we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, if you can hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be massively appreciated. So let's have a look into that super chat window, because Paul donated $5. Thank you for that, Paul, and the message was 351,000 subscribers, most excellent. Spike those likes, all y'all, catch up crew for me. So thank you for that, Paul. And I know that I haven't updated the number. I don't even know where to find it now. So I will update the number of subscribers because we've only just hit 350,000, which we had on the last live stream, which was amazing. And because it was only the last live stream, I haven't updated it in order to say now a different number, which will be 351. And, oh, I found it here, so I can just quickly do that. And I'll tell you what, might as well do it now because I've just changed it. So, here we have it. Took a little bit of a while to get there, but 351,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing, hitting the notification bell and all that cool stuff. And I think that's what you'll need to do in order to get notified for all of the videos and the live streams. But yes, I mean, it is great. It's a ridiculous number. 350 was ridiculous, and 351 is even more ridiculous, especially when you put 1,000 behind that. So, yeah, thank you guys for subscribing, and let's stop everybody cheering, get that off screen. But thank you, Paul, for that donation. And Steve has donated $5 as well, so thank you for that, Steve. And the message is, I saw a guy use a coin for a pick. How do different picks affect the song, or the song of your guitar? I assume that's meant to say sound of your guitar, but yeah, sometimes I have used a coin, but only in emergency situations. What I used to have was, and I still do have somewhere, I have a necklace with a pick on it, so that if you are in an emergency situation and you need a guitar pick, then I'd always have one around my neck. But I mean, I also use my first finger. Not that I haven't got long nails, but just using the nail of my first finger. I used to do that when I was a kid, to just kind of play the strings, and you can get kind of artificial harmonics with it as well if you kind of do it in a particular way to catch the string with the skin behind the nail kind of straight afterwards. So yeah, that's kind of how I learned to do it. But as for using a coin, I know that I think Brian May uses a coin, or did use a coin. I think he does use a coin. But yeah, for me, I don't know. I just don't like the feel of it. I mean, it does kind of slide off the strings very easily. There's no kind of friction there. I feel like with a matte finish pick, you get a little bit of purchase on the string. Obviously, if it's kind of a really glossy finish, you're going to slide off it. But yeah, I feel like with a coin as well, because on a coin you get kind of the design around the outside, especially on coins in the UK, they can be a little bit rough on the outside, and it has a little raised ledge, even though it's microscopic, but it's a tiny raised ledge at the end of the coin. So it means that there's potentially something that's going to get stuck on the string. So I mean, I've always just used picks, so it'd have to be an emergency situation to use a coin, which do work, of course. But yeah, I feel like due to that lack of friction you get on the string with a coin, yeah, obviously it's going to give it a more kind of aggressive, possibly brighter sound as well, because you're hitting metal on metal rather than having something that's a little bit softer than the metal. So yeah, having a plastic pick is what I've always used. But yeah, because I haven't used loads of different ones, I'm not really the person to talk about especially about different picks and using a coin as a pick. But thank you, Steve, for that. I guess it's just all about what you're used to, and whatever you get used to, then you just get used to using it. And that's the same with guitar, just generally with loads of different styles and techniques. So many people just find their own way of doing it, and there'll be slight differences between one player and another player. And that's something that Joe said recently in a message. He asked me whether I anchor my pinky, my little finger, onto the guitar when I'm playing, or whether I don't. And the answer to that, I said to him, I don't know. Because again, that's just something that happens subconsciously when you're playing. You're not really thinking about, you're thinking about the melody in your head and you're playing. You're not thinking about, oh, I've got to remember to anchor my little finger to kind of make my picking more accurate, or that kind of stuff. So I've never thought about that, and it's something that obviously Joe said, by the way, you don't anchor your little pinky. My hand kind of floats in the air. I do anchor my wrist onto the bridge, or close to the bridge of the guitar. And just thinking about it, I know I do that at some points, but it's a subconscious thing. Like if I want to then start palm muting, I then bring it slightly closer up. But all of these things happen subconsciously. Same as using a particular type of pick, you get used to it, and everybody prefers their own style of pick, whatever they get used to. And I started out, I think, probably about 0.8 of a millimeter, or a pick width, so 0.8, maybe 0.83 is what I used to use quite a lot when I was teaching. But then I moved forward to then using kind of 1 millimeter, which is a relatively thick pick, because they didn't go a lot thinner than that. But probably 1 millimeter to 1.1 even, for kind of alternate picking and having a more aggressive sound. Because as I've said before, I've found that I can play lightly with a heavy pick, but with a very light pick you can't play heavily because it will just give way. It's not strong enough. So I like the option of playing aggressively but then also playing softly, rather than just playing softly and then having no option if you now want to get aggressive with it. So thank you for that. And just mentioning about the subscribers, because I know that some people have said, 350 or 351,000 subscribers, somebody said you'll be at 500,000 before the end of the year. And as much as that would be great, it's going to be not possible, I don't think, in any way, just because you get an award. The thing behind me here on the wall, you get an award for 100,000 subscribers. So it gives you an idea of how many people actually get to 100,000, that YouTube will send you an award personally, and you get a letter with it as well. So to think of getting 150, so not only an award, but an award and a half worth of subscribers by Christmas. For me it's a little bit crazy. Even thinking of getting to 400,000 subscribers, it is just so far off, because 50,000, I mean, that's half an award, but 50,000 subscribers, that's a lot of people. If you're imagining them in a stadium, for example, like I think most football stadiums here in the UK, or soccer stadiums, would be pretty much full with 50,000 people in there, if not with the smaller clubs that haven't got that kind of capacity. So it is a lot of people. So thank you for the enthusiasm and thinking that the subscribers are going to keep growing. As I always say, we just keep on pushing forward and see where we end up. But I'm not expecting things to just suddenly go even crazier than they have been recently. I think things just tend to kind of go quickly and then slowly in terms of that subscriber count increasing and decreasing. So we'll just keep going, see where we end up. But thank you, Orlando, again for this donation, $2, and says spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Robert has donated $100. So thank you for that, Robert. The message is great to see you all having fun. Cheers. So yes, and this is the point at which I say, if you do accidentally donate too much, sadly on YouTube there's not a lot I can do about it, because YouTube take the money, and like I said, they take between 40 and 65%, and I don't get the donations from YouTube until next month, and it'll be the 24th of April that I will get these donations. So there's a bit of a wait, and YouTube just take the money instantly, and they say that they don't offer any refunds. They don't offer any refunds on donations if they're accidental or not. So it might be the case that if I try to do a refund, then out of $100, it could be $35 that YouTube that I can give back, because YouTube has taken their 65%. But thank you, Robert, for that donation. And if it is an accidental donation, then just let me know, send me an email, and you can go to the website wingspegasus.com and fill in the email form then, it will come to me and we'll be able to sort it out. But thank you for that, Robert. I can see Elaine has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, Elaine. The message is PSA, first daylight savings live stream for UK is Tuesday, April 2nd. So thank you for that, Elaine. And Totoro Porco has donated $2.79. So thank you for that. And the message is you have more followers than some football clubs. So thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of football clubs here in the UK. And I mean, even on YouTube, when I'm looking at other people's channels, I don't usually look at the subscriber count, but sometimes I do see it and I think, oh wow, that's the amount of subscribers I've got is a little bit ridiculous. But yeah, it's great. So thank you guys for all of the support. It is massively appreciated. And yeah, we'll keep on pushing forward and see what happens. But yeah, we are going to hop over to PayPal as well because there have been some donations in there. And I can see we're up to 313 likes. So if you can keep on hitting that thumbs up, that would be great because we are aiming for 435, which means we're looking for what, 121? Is that something like that? So yeah, no, it's not bad for, where are we? 22 minutes past 11. And there we go, 120 now required to have a new record on tonight's live stream. And it's going to be for a Tuesday night, of course, because it's Tuesday night. But just quickly, we have had some donations in the PayPal window. So thank you guys for these. And it is Tammy who donated £10. So thank you for that, Tammy. And the message was, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 351,000 subscribers. You're the best rock. So thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, congrats on 351,000 subscribers. Glad you were trying to chase down your student loan money this week. Thanks for all you do and making the world a brighter place. You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that. And yeah, this is an update that I did on Patreon last night that I've been chasing up my student loan. I've paid off my student loan and I've overpaid it. So the government took too much money, or they asked me for too much money in my tax bill. So I overpaid by, I mean, it's around $1,000, something like that, maybe just a little bit under. So they took that money a year and a half ago, and I'm still trying to get that money back. But yesterday I thought, right, and I've tried to do it 3 times. Yesterday is my 3rd time of trying. So I rang the student loans company, and last time I called them, they said, oh, call back in another, I think it's 3 or 4 weeks, because we're going to start an investigation, ask the government, HMRC, Her Majesty's, or His Majesty's Revenue and Customs, which it will be now. Anyway, HMRC, that's what we refer to it as, obviously easier to say that. So, having rung up the student loans place, now with this update, I said, have you got any update for me? You said you're going to do an investigation and you'd hear from HMRC. So I rang them up and the person said, oh no, we can't see. And by the way, you have to wait on the phone for about 40 or 50 minutes just to get through. And this is where they say, you can probably find the answer online by filling out, this form or that form. I know that I can't do that because this is very specific, that they've stolen my money, effectively. So, yeah. Anyway, so I was on hold for that long, got through, eventually to be told, no, we can't do anything about it. You've got to ring HMRC. So I ring HMRC, on hold again for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, get through to the person, and he's trying to find it all. And the stupid thing is, they can see on the screen that the amount that I've overpaid, because they say, oh yeah, I can see that you have overpaid. It's like, well, I haven't overpaid. You've taken too much money out of my tax. You've asked me for too much money. And of course, when they ask you for money as the government, you pay what you think your tax is. So anyway, he says, yeah, I can't seem to do anything. Let me try and put you through to a specialist I don't know what he called it, but anyway, department, specialist department. And then he said, unfortunately, I can't get through to the specialist department, but I can give you the number. So he gave me the number, and I put down the phone, rang up the number. Guess what it is? Welcome to Student Loans Company. So, let's sit on, waiting for another 50 minutes to get through, just for the person to say, no, you've got to go to HMRC. So, yeah, very frustrating that it's just a circle of death. And they've got my money. And the fact that they can see it on their screen, that they've got my money. What I can't understand is, on PayPal, when somebody makes an accidental donation on a live stream, I click the refund button. And that's it, because you can see that the donation has come in, and then you click refund. And the government have my bank details because I pay my tax every year out of the same bank account. So you think, well, why isn't there a refund button when they can see that they've taken your money and they've been holding it for a year and a half? And I joked on Patreon saying, I'm going to steal £700 or $1,000 from the government. And when they come to me to say, give us the money back, well, they'll probably call the police. I'll say to the police, no, I'm going to give you your money back when I feel like it. But ring this number, and I'll have set up a loop so they can never actually get through to anyone to get the money back. But I would get arrested. So this is quite frustrating. But it's like my dad said, well, what do the government do? They make the laws, so they can hold your money, they can take your money, they can hold it and not give it back to you, and because they make the laws, well, they're not following them themselves, because that's technically theft. So, yeah, very frustrating. I'll have to try and get to the bottom of it. It's just annoying because it took the best part of a day to try and just go around in a massive circle and not actually make any inroads into it. So, yeah, I think now it's just going to be a case of complaining to it's called the ombudsman or something like that, where it's like an independent organisation that you complain to, and that they get to the bottom of it, or even mention it to an MP to say that the government have had my money for a year and a half now and I can't get it back. They're not giving it back to me. So the fact that it's illegal, hopefully that'll get them moving. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, thank you for that, Debbie. And Janice has donated £15 as well. Thank you for that, Janice. And the message is, Philip, catch crew for me. Are your nephews identical twins? If so, do you have trouble telling them apart? So, no and no. So, they are twins, but they don't look... They're not identical, so very easy to tell apart. So thank you for that, Janice. I would say that all three of my nephews actually don't really look like each other. They're very, they've definitely each got their own look, which is surprising, but, especially for twins. But, yeah, they do look very different, so easy to tell them apart. So, Robert has donated in the PayPal window as well, so thank you for this, Robert, and it's a donation of £75.40. So thank you for that, Robert. Now I'm assuming that means that the first one wasn't an accident, but if this was a double accident, then we can sort it out afterwards. But yeah, thank you again for that, Robert. That's very kind, and it says donation underneath that. So thank you, Robert. I can see there have been more donations in the Super Chat window, so thank you for these. And I think we almost got to the end. It's Daisy who's donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Daisy. And the message is, hi Phil, if you were stranded on a desert island with a way to listen to music, what band / artist catalogue would you take with you? And that's Daisy's first Super Chat donation, so thank you for that, Daisy. And we know that because it has a big number 1 next to it, and it was Elaine's 5th Super Chat donation because that's got a big number 5 there, so thank you for that. And if I just had to choose one band or artist, wow, I don't know, because I'm one of these people that listens to music in different moods. So when I want to go back to childhood times, then I listen to Peter Gabriel, Level 42, Philip Bailey, Phil Collins, His name just popped into my head because of Philip Bailey. Easy Lover, of course. But then I've got, when I was then a little bit older, as a teenager, and started to learn to play the guitar, then got Jimi Hendrix and, Van Halen, and, then getting into, Winger, so like kind of more hard rock kind of stuff, White Snake. So yeah, just choosing one. I don't know if... And then I mentioned in the last live stream about George Michael, and us as a family listening to George Michael. He'd be a regular voice in the car on journeys, long journeys. So yeah, let me think. I'd probably, if I could only take one, go back to Jimi Hendrix. That's probably who I would choose if push came to shove, just because of the guitar playing first of all, but as well as the different sounds in the songs and the production on the songs, because it wasn't like he just did one kind of song. He did so many different, played in so many different styles, because he had that background of being, into jazz and kind of having all of that with his, influences, and then obviously putting that into the blues, and there's some kind of rock and hard rock elements in there. So the other thing is that there are some very long jams, and this is one of the tracks that always gets misquoted, because you've got Voodoo Child, which is the shorter track with the classic wah wah intro that everybody knows, and you've got Voodoo Child, and it's Chile, and that is just a jam that goes on for, how long is that? It's, I think, over 10 minutes. The Voodoo Child jam goes on for, and when I say jam, it is officially a track, but it's obviously just a jam in the studio that they recorded. I just thought, well, we'll put that on the album. So yeah, the good thing is that you've got kind of some long tracks on there, kind of more jam type tracks if you want to, but also short tracks. So yeah, that's what I have to go for, but it's a really difficult decision. I would probably like to take just a mix, or like a playlist of lots of different songs that would last for as long as possible, because if you're on a desert island, there's not a lot that you can do. But I think I'd probably be trying to spend my time figuring out how to get off the island rather than listening to music. So, but anyway, thank you for that, Daisy. Right. We are up to date with everything. Now we have the vote for tonight's cover video. It is between Hotel California and To Be With You. So, Hotel California currently has 54% of the vote, so it's relatively close. If you guys want to hear To Be With You by Mr. Big, of course, then make sure you click on that option in the poll at the top of the live chat room. So let's have a look. 346 likes, so we're kind of getting there, but we are looking for 89 more people. That's quite a lot of people to hit the thumbs up. So yeah, if you could leave a thumbs up if you haven't already done that in the live chat room, that would be great. Then we can have the Phil Jam at the end of the live stream. That'll be a new record, by the way, for a Tuesday evening. So thank you for all of the donations. You don't have to donate, of course, as I always say. We will be having, maybe we should have a troll corner now. There was something that I reminded myself, I didn't remind myself of it when I was talking, but something reminded me of something else, that it might have been a troll corner thing earlier when I was talking, but I can't remember what it was. But I do have a troll corner thing. Actually, I've got a couple of troll corner things, so we will jump into troll corner, and I'll see you guys in literally 5 seconds. Rock. And tell a lie, it's 6 seconds that lasts for. So yes, getting into troll corner for tonight. The first message we had was from someone, and obviously it was from someone, but having said that, we do have these spam bots things that are always saying about Telegram, and occasionally they pop up, and just so you know, I don't use Telegram, and I won't message anybody in the comments section asking them to chat or telling people that they've won something and they have to chat to me on Telegram in order to claim their prize, all that kind of stuff. So I don't use Telegram, I don't do that, and make sure that you're always looking at the username, because there'll be something dodgy in the username. It won't have an official tick next to it. So yeah, just stay vigilant with the spam bots that are going out there. I do try and remove them as soon as I see them, but because they're automatic, it's a bit annoying, because they just kind of reinvent themselves, just putting in an extra underscore or a capital E after the P of Pegasus. So yeah, it is a little bit annoying. But anyway, back to official troll corner. Somebody said in the comment section about the video that I made on Sunday, where I was proving that the Tori Holub cover, or at least the vocal that was analysed before, some people said, and I'm sure you've seen the video on Sunday, but for those of you that haven't, somebody said the voice in the video that you're looking at is the exact same voice of the original, basically Karen Carpenter's voice, and it isn't somebody doing a cover. So I did a video to show not only the accuracy of the software that I use, but to show that it's not the same voice. And I mean, that was the goal of the video, to show that it isn't the same voice, and we can see it on screen. So somebody commented saying, "You haven't proved anything. It could just be another vocal of Karen Carpenter's from a different take, and that's what they're miming along to, or that's what they're pretending to sing to." So first of all, I said, well, I have proved that the voice that we're looking at on screen is not the voice that this person was saying it was. The whole point of doing the video in the first place, somebody saying it is the same voice as the original song. We've proven that it's not the same voice as the original song. So that is a fact. So that's been proven. I also said about, you can clearly hear, but this is getting more into knowing about your microphones and production. I said you can clearly hear that it is a modern condenser mic that's been used on Tori's vocal. It's not an old mic. And this might be a reason for that ever so slight, even though I think it might be the case that Tori's voice is ever so slightly fuller in the mid-range of her voice than Karen's was, but you could say that was just using a modern microphone that's got a better frequency response in the mid-range. So, but anyway, getting back to it, I said, yeah, you can hear that it's a modern condenser mic, and it's a digital recording. Another thing that you can hear is it's not an analog recording, i.e. recorded on tape. So tape has a particular sound to it, so you can tell the vocals apart from that side of things. But I also said, given how popular Karen Carpenter was, for them to have found another take of the song that nobody else has heard, but they've now got it, and they're going to put it with their arrangement, because their arrangement is different, which again, I mentioned this, that they've used the original track as the click track effectively, and they're playing along with it, and they pretty much nail it. But there are little sections where they do go ever so slightly out, because that's just natural. It's impossible to get it 100% spot on from a timing perspective. So once you get kind of all the way through those things, then yeah, just saying that, it must be another vocal that they've somehow magically got their hands on that nobody's ever heard before, and that's what they're using, and it is Karen Carpenter's voice. I said the likelihood of that being true is very slim indeed. But again, this is, I don't know, people aren't understanding what they're looking at on screen, because I'm saying that you can clearly see it's not the same voice on screen, and then for somebody to say you haven't proven anything, they're not taking in the information. I'm literally telling you a fact. And the reason that I use the software that I do is because anybody can go away, isolate the vocal, run it through the pitch monitoring software, and they will see these lines. Oh, another thing. I haven't done a video on this. I keep on kind of reminding myself of things as I'm going. But anyway, is that troll corner? Oh no, one more thing. Somebody said about the previous video that I made on the vocal coach and pitch correction, all that kind of stuff. They said, and it was quite recently, maybe yesterday or the day before, they said, unfortunately, loads of people are going over to the channel and attacking the vocal coach. And then I said, well, first of all, I haven't told anybody what the channel is. So people would have to magically, oh, I'm going to go over to a vocal coach's channel. Good luck with doing that. It's just typing in vocal coach. So yeah, there's no link to that vocal coach's channel. But also, I've spoken with the vocal coach. We've exchanged messages on Instagram, and there isn't a problem. So I think it's just one of those messages that they're trying to stir up something where nothing exists. So they're trying to say, oh yeah, you know, this is happening on there. It's like somebody else said that about the video that I did on Ali Sherlock. And they said, oh, there are people now, and all of her comment section, this is what they said. So this is a bonus troll corner. They said, every comment on Ali's channel is now about pitch correction and, you know, having a go at her and all this stuff. So I just went onto her channel, and no, it isn't. You know, I scrolled through the comments, and there wasn't one comment about it, because on my video, all I'm doing is pointing out just the fact that it has been used. And I do say in my video that she does have other videos where she's not using it, and she's busking and she's singing naturally. So yeah, you've got these people who are trying to, I don't know, stir up some kind of situation that isn't actually, they're trying to create drama where there's literally nothing. So yeah, that was yeah, bonus troll corner. But what was I saying before that? I can't remember what I was saying before that, because I jumped into another little bit of troll corner. But anyway, yeah. So no tensions or dramas going on. It's just people, I think, wanted to get a little bit of attention for themselves in the comment section. Anyway, we'll call this to a close, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock. So, right, there's been another donation over in the PayPal window. So thank you for this. It's come through from Elizabeth, who has donated £10. So thank you for this. And the message is, Phil, have you ever worn a kilt? I'm not surprised you haven't tried haggis. I hear it tastes awful. Sounds like awful. So thank you for that. And sadly, I think I just ruined the joke because of my accent. Because awful doesn't sound like awful the way that I say it, whereas maybe in, I don't know, American, it sounds the same. So I've never worn a kilt either. I think it's got to be something that, first of all, you've got to have access to. And yeah, even though my mum was born in Scotland, it's not something that I've been brought up, you know, wearing kilts. So yeah, I don't have one of those. As for trying haggis, I don't know. I've heard bad things about it, but I've never tasted it. So I don't know whether I would try it or not. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't even really know what it would look like. You know, all I know is that it's called haggis. So whatever haggis is, I know that it. Well, I don't know. I think it's animal related. That it might be something to do with an animal. So yeah, maybe I don't know. It just reminds me of what we have in this country called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, where there are celebrities that go into the jungle, and this is in Australia, and they have bush tucker trials where they have to eat all kinds of, they don't have to eat them, but they do, because it means that then they get meals for their camp. It's complicated, but yeah, all kinds of disgusting things that they have to eat. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that kind of thing. So yeah. But I don't know if haggis kind of falls with, it might not be in that kind of bracket, not that extreme, but yeah, I'll have to see what it's like. Well, maybe look at it first before trying it. So anyway, thank you for that. Elizabeth and David has donated $5 as well. Thank you for that, David. The message is, hello Phil, are you self-taught or did you take lessons on the drums? Thanks. So thank you for that, David. And I'm I'm self-taught, and a lot of people would say very poorly taught. So yeah, my drumming, actually my drumming has gone the way of my keys playing, which unfortunately my arm, there are certain things that I do and it triggers off this problem that I have with my arm for like 2 years, maybe longer than that now. But over the last maybe month and a little bit, I've been getting back to doing a little bit of exercise with the arm, and it's been okay. Yesterday or the day before, it's gone back a little bit, so I have to really watch how much exercise I do to keep strengthening, but then not so much that I then cross that line and I go backwards a little bit and then have to rest for longer. So I have to be really careful with it. And I mean, the biggest kind of step back that I had recently was when I got back to playing keys just for a couple of hours, and then the next day and the day after, it kind of all went downhill with my arm. So there's something about drums was the same, but once I did it with drums, I kind of stopped because I thought, well, it's like it's that motion of impacting, hitting something. It's almost like throwing a ball, and because it's a tendon on the inside of my arm, I thought, that's I'll leave that. So at the moment it's just guitar for me and vocals, and I don't know as to when I'll get back to anything other than guitar related. I don't know. I just don't, because it's been so long and things have been going well. I don't want to. I can get away with just playing guitar and it's fine. And if it just so happens that I can't play keys, I can't play drums, then that is something that I will accept and I can accept. If they said you can't play guitar, that would be a lot more difficult to accept. But thankfully with guitar, the right arm, is that motion kind of up and down, obviously on a vertical. So there's no kind of inside and outside movement going on. It's just all in that fixed position, and you're not extending your arm, which is another kind of problem. If you imagine kind of throwing, that would be the problem. So it's having that control of the arm and not a lot of movement going on. It's fine for guitar, thankfully. So but anyway, as for playing drums, I'm kind of very basic, very, as you'll be able to hear from the cover videos, they're kind of pretty much very much mainstream rock songs and nothing overly progressive about it. So but anyway, thank you for that, David. And I can see Julesy saying, don't do that thing with your arm, please. So the good thing is that this, as long as doing the movement is fine, if there's any kind of whip to it, so if I went like that quickly and did that, obviously this is my good arm, if I did any kind of quick movement like that, and that's kind of a classic hitting a drum, if I do it quickly, then that's something that could potentially set me back a little bit. But I'm just kind of being careful at the moment and taking the exercise easy. And I think I'm probably going to start using the elastic bands or the exercise bands because, last night or the night before, the problem is that I do some exercise and I think, it's going really well. And I always kind of fall back into the groove of when I wasn't injured. So, I have to be more strict with what I'm doing to make sure that I don't do it. But now I have been making a note of everything that I'm doing, so that once I got to a point that was too much, I can just bring it back a little bit in 4 or 5 days and kind of get back on that train of recovery. But thank you for... Cindy says, I think she means the hyperextension thing. Laugh out loud. So that's another interesting thing. I won't be doing that again, but the hyperextension on my left arm, I used to be able to do it with both arms, but since my right arm injury, that elbow now looks like a normal person's elbow. It won't go past the point of normal extension. So yeah, my right arm's, after the injury, obviously converted itself to now a normal arm, but this left one is still hyperextendable, if that's even a word. Right, it is 10 to 1. No, it's not. It's 10 to midnight here in the UK, and I'm almost getting ready for that time change at the end of the month. But yeah, so 10 to midnight here in the UK. So we're going to be jumping into the cover video relatively soon, if not imminently. We need 25 more people to hit the thumbs up to have a Phil Jam later on. And when I say later on, probably in about 10 or 15 minutes. And let me have a look over here to see how long the track is. 7 minutes and 35 seconds is going to be the jam if we do hit that target. So, yes, let's jump into... It looks like it's going to be Hotel California. And I think... I mean, has that been in the lead for a while? I think I saw To Be With You in the lead right at the beginning of the live stream. But we are now going to be taking a look at Hotel California, obviously my version of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys after. Rock!
On the dark desert highway, a cool wind in my hair, warm smell of eucalyptus rising up through the air. Overhead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. It's such a lovely place. It's such a lovely face. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys that she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. Still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Living up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise. Bring her round the pies. Mirrors on the ceiling, the pink champagne on ice. She said, we're all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they gathered for the feast. They stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax
there we have it. That was my version of Hotel California. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And that was initially, when I first released it, blocked. And then Don Henley said, it's fine, you can play it and I'll take the ad revenue. So not me, he will take the ad revenue. And my surname is Henley, but I'm no relation. I don't think that had any bearing on it. Maybe it did, who knows? So anyway, we are going to be... Oh, it's almost midnight here. So let me do some quick maths in my head as to how long we've got left. We've maybe got time for something now. We don't have a picture corner, so we've got a little bit of extra space in the live stream, which is a rare thing, because we managed to keep organised tonight somehow. So if you guys want to have either a fill tune or a riff of the week, I know that we haven't got a lot of riffs left, but let me have a little look. I'm looking over on Patreon to see what's been requested over there. And we had fill tune requested, a fill tune again. Just looking for any riffs of the week, because it might be a fill tune that we look at, or a riff of the week. And so it's fill tunes over on Patreon. Well, what do we want? I reminded myself of a chant then. It said, what do we want? And then you say something. It said, when do we want it? Now. And it's just reminded me of a t-shirt, and I can't say what that t-shirt is because I don't know whether anybody else has seen this, but it did make me laugh because it says, what do we want? And on the t-shirt it says, a cure for Tourette's. And then it says, when do we want it? And then obviously it has an expletive on the t-shirt, but it's just quite funny because, yeah, obviously I don't have to explain it. But anyway, it looks like we've got riff, but then fill tune, riff, fill tune, riff, fill tune. I tell you what, let's have. I was going to say riff, and then I realised that I haven't set up the screen capture, but because I was going to say riff, we're going to have a riff, and if it takes a little bit longer for me to set up, then so be it. So what I need from you guys is a number between 1 and 100. While you guys are giving me the numbers, I will have a little navigation over to Laura and the email that Laura has sent me. So, right, that is open. So we are ready for... Oh, this screen capture is going to be a nightmare when it actually happens. Because I don't know where it's going to show on the screen. But here we go. Let me pick out some numbers at random. Rose says 31. 31. First time we haven't had number 31. So there are very few left, but Ro selected one. Unbelievable. We're usually here for about 10 minutes for people to try and get the right number or a number that's going to work. So riff of the week. 31. Was that it? I think it was. I got to play a riff that we've already looked at. Right, so let's stop that advert. So somebody's claimed this riff. I won't say who, because the point of this game is to guess what the riff is, what the song is that it comes from. You can give me the artist as well, but given that it's been copyright claimed, it must mean that obviously somebody's watched my video and said, that's my riff, so I'm going to be taking the ad revenue on your video for that. But it must mean that it's quite well known. So let's have a listen to this, and let me do the screen capture so you guys can see it on screen. If it indeed appears on screen, let's get the background on screen. Let's do this. It's in the middle. What are the chances of that? So, right, let's have a listen to this and see what it is. this is an easy one tonight. And one of those tunes that I probably spent very many hours teaching to students. But let me have a little look down to the comment section and actually get rid of this so you guys can see me again on screen. Let's get rid of that and bring that back up. So I'm having a look at who got it first. Right, let me have a little scroll down. Donna said A Thing Called Love, which is in the right ballpark. It's not technically the name of the song exactly. Cindy then said, I believe in a thing called love, the darkness, which is correct. So congratulations to you. It's just moved. Oh, it's because it's all moving very quickly. So Orlando said, I believe in a thing called love. So yes. Laura and Julesy had the same kind of idea, saying AC/DC, TNT and Thunderstruck. So not quite, but let's move it up a little bit. I think Susie Q was going to get it, but then got a little bit excited typing it in because said, I belie in a thing called love. So there we have it. I think a lot of people are going to be getting this. Barbara got it as well. And yeah, just scrolling up, I think we pretty much have got that the whole way through the live chat room. So yeah, congratulations to all of you who are saying I believe in a thing called love. I think it was Cindy who got it first. Oh, Joe says, Cindy, you the man, or you're the man. So yeah, congratulations to Cindy. Right, we are going to be jumping into the Phil Jam for tonight. I've just realised I've had the mic on from the amp the whole time that we've been live streaming. So hopefully my voice hasn't sounded echoey, because I think maybe if it was, people would have said something. So yeah, maybe we've got away with it. We did have recently gremlins all over the place, so maybe we've now got anti-gremlins, because usually there should be some kind of echo or something, or making it sound a bit weird. But yeah, if it sounds normal, the mic has been on the whole time, so it's just an anomaly for that to happen, for it to sound normal and having two mics on. So let's grab the guitar, and this is the Strat. Joe says start, gotta be Strat, overdrive, crybaby. Oh, no syncopated snare this time. So this is on the last backing track. There's a snare coming on 3, and that was a little bit attention grabbing. But yeah, the amp mic is on, so it seems like it's been sounding all right. I don't know why that's happened. Anyway, right. Let me click on this. Number 122.
Hey, I'm Kayla.
Another advert for one of these AI voice people. And this is Clapton style blues in D, guitar jam track inspired by cocaine. And that's the song, not the substance. But then again, yeah, maybe maybe it was inspired by that. I can't say, but I'm going to say it's the song. So this is from the YouTube channel Freddie Edwards, and this is Freddie, Freddie, not a Y. So Freddie Edwards, and click on that. As for the levels, we'll see what's going on. I'm going to have to adjust my tone and see if I can find something, if you can hear me. Oh, zoom out. Zoom down. guitar down to make it a little bit. Oh, Tammy says I can hear it, but backing track too loud. Guitar up a bit. Turn up fill. Turn yourself up. Maybe it's just a loud backing track. Joe said about doing wah wah. I haven't been doing any wah wah. And Joe just said about the wah wah. we still got a minute before it's getting to the end. Still waiting for this to cut out. Looks like I might do something. Oh, that's it. It's going to be a fade out. Not a lot that we could do with the fade out. So there we have it. We eventually got there, maybe with the with the levels. I'm not sure. I can't hear it my end, so hopefully it sounded all right at some point. But yeah, thank you guys. Oh, somebody says no, an advert, but it's all right because it's finished. So maybe right at the end it had an advert. I'm not sure. But we had finished it was only a fade out, so you didn't miss like some extraordinary ending or anything. It was just, a bit of a fade out, unfortunately. Right, thank you Diamond Girl for that $5 donation, and the message is another great Phil Jam. Thanks. So thank you for that, Diamond Girl. And I think a lot of people maybe got an ad at the end of that. I think the ads are just random as to when they get placed in by YouTube, so there's not a lot I can do about it, unfortunately. Especially this is another thing, if you're watching this on catch up in the future, you can still hit the thumbs up. Really helps the live stream to get out there and for the channel to grow. But if you do see lots of adverts, that's going to be because there's been a Hotel California cover on this live stream. So that'll be the reason, because the adverts that get put on the live streams, any cover video that I've done, the owner of that copyright can just place as many adverts as they want. So I don't have any control over that, unfortunately, but that's just the nature of showing a cover video, which I prefer to do just to make things a little bit more interesting on the live streams. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'm going to be here with another video tomorrow night, so look out for that one. Another one on Friday night, of course, and then another live stream on Saturday night, and that's 11 PM Greenwich Mean Time. So tune in on Saturday if you can, that'd be great. Another record tonight for the Likeometer, so thank you guys for tuning in on a Tuesday night. It is much appreciated to get us that new record, and we're going to be aiming for another record on Saturday, so I'm going to need everybody to turn up on Saturday night as well to hit that thumbs up, and we'll see if we can get a new record then as well. But obviously this run has got to end at some point, but hopefully we can keep it going for as long as possible. So thank you Orlando, who's donated $2 and just stayed. Another great live stream. Phil, see you on Saturday. So thank you for that. Right, all that's left for me to say is try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!